Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I want to bring a DIY for y'all today that is going to be with two different types of angels. Now I would say that you could use these as an ornament on your Christmas tree, or you could give them to either like a friend, co-worker, family member, and either they can hang it on their tree, or it could be hung up just anywhere within someone's home. So I want to show y'all these very simple ways of how to make these two different angels, and let me go ahead and show you what they both look like. So the first one I have here is the Doily angel, and so this one is very easy to make. And all you use is a doily, and you can purchase them at Dollar Tree. I know that Dollar General sells them as well. And also at this time of the year, I've seen at Dollar General, they sell the red ones. So if you would like, besides just the white, you can change up the doily, or you may have a doily lying around that you can use, or even from like the a thrift store or somewhere like that. So this is just the round doily, and I'll show you what that looks like here. And for this project, you'll need the doily, some wired ribbon, and you'll need some pipe cleaners or chenille stems. So I have two different types there, and I'll talk about both of those here just in a minute. And then I also have this one. Now she is a little bit thin, and when I make the next one, I'm going to make the next one a little bit thicker. But this is with yarn, and it's the same concept, but using yarn. And for the wings, with some wire ribbon again. And that's all you'll need for this project. So that's very simple. So let me tell you what you need for these two projects. For the doily ones, you will need just a round doily. And then, like I said, some wired ribbon, and I just have this white ribbon here in my stash. And then for the head part, here's two different options that you can use. Now I used these foam, what are they calling them? Floral foam balls. So that's what I used. And another option would be the table tennis balls. Now I did find this in my stash as well, but like I said, I used the foam balls. So for this one in particular, I used let me move this back over here. I used the little small balls in there, and I'll show you that here in a minute. For the bigger one, I used more of like, I'd say the medium size, and I'll pull those out here in a minute and I'll show you those as well. And then let's see, for the yarn, I looked for the cheapest option that I could find at Walmart. I know that you can also find some yarn at Dollar Tree as well, but I picked up this from Walmart. It is the Mainstays brand, and it okay, so I have this one from Walmart. It's the Mainstays brand, and I don't remember how much this was. I think it was right at around $2. So I do have that there. Also, you will need a book. So I have a book here, and I'll show you how we're going to be using that. And like I said, the ribbon for her wings. So let's go ahead and get started first on the doily one. And what you'll need to do is turn it over, and you can cut this tag off. Let's see, let's go ahead and cut this off so it's not, so you don't have to see it. And what you'll need to do is go, let me move this back so you see a little bit better. You'll need to go in the middle of the doily. So let me go ahead and open up my pack of foam balls here. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the smallest one. So let's see, I'll put that back over here. So just place it on in the middle. And then you bring it down like this. And then you want to cinch it like that. All right, so for us to close this off, let me show you how to do this. So I have a white pipe cleaner and I've cut it in half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it right around the bottom part of the ball like this. And I'm going to twist it. I'm going to twist it really good to secure it. Okay, so just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to, let's see, I was trying to see how I did this one. Okay. I'm going to get me out some ribbon here. And I need enough just to go to the back for her wings. Let me make sure that looks like that's enough. Okay, that will be good. And you can just kind of eyeball it. And then I'm going to cut this. Let me set this to the side. Okay, so I overlapped it just a little bit on the end here so I could cinch it real good. So then now you're gonna have like a little bow. I'm going to take the ends and I'm just gonna lay them against the back of the bow. I'm going to take some hot glue and I am going to just lay that right on there. Okay, so that's what she looks like so far, and I'll fix her wings a little bit. So you see the end pieces are sticking out there still. That's going to be for my other piece that I've cut that I'm going to use for my the piece to hang it with. Now, if you weren't hanging it, you wouldn't have to worry about this piece, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put a dab of glue on the back here. And I'm going to place it right there on the back. And I'm also going to secure it with those two pieces that are sticking out. I'm going to twist it on there. So just twist really good. And then they can lay flat down. And then I will fix my little hanging piece. And then you can also fix the wings. Now I do have some excess pieces from from the bow. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those pieces off. All right, so let me come in closer. That's what the back of that looks like. And then there is the front. So you see how simple this is. And the ones that I made last year, I have them hanging on my Christmas tree. So you see how simple this little project is, and she's just so precious. All right, so I'm gonna set her over here to the side. And we'll go ahead and get into the next DIY angel with the yarn. All right, so for this one, I am going to take my book and let me see, where's my end for this? Oh, here it is. Well, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So I am going to go ahead and start wrapping my book. Now you want to make sure your end piece is down at the bottom because we're going to cut from the bottom. So make sure that your piece is running at the bottom first. And all you want to do is just start wrapping your book. Now, as you're wrapping, you can also push the pieces down and just keep wrapping, because when I did this last night, I noticed that after I took it off, that, like I said, she was a little bit thin, and I'd like for her to be a lot thicker. So I am going to just keep wrapping. And just however thick that you may want her to be. And try to keep the lines together as best as possible. Because when you slip it off the book, you want to make sure that they are pretty even across before you actually tie it. All right, so I'm just going to keep wrapping, keep wrapping. Okay, so you probably can see the same thing from the back side. You can get an idea of what that looks like. I don't know how many times I've wrapped around here, but I've wrapped a good bit. I'm probably going to be pretty close to the whole entire book being wrapped. Because I do want her to be a good bit fuller. I'm not sure what size book this is. I could measure it and see, but I'm not sure what the size of this one is. It's not a very big book, so all right, I think we're pretty good here. Okay, so I'm going to end back here at the bottom of the book. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. I'm going to cut a little bit down a little bit further because we can trim off any. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this off of the book. And you just slide it right off the book. I'm going to set this to the side here for a minute. Oh boy. I think I placed it on there a little bit too tight. Now I can't get it off. Okay. Let me set that to the side. Okay, so there is all of our pieces. And what you will do is you will lay it down and you're going to grab another piece of yarn, and I would say cut about 10 inches probably. You want it to be long enough where you can run it through here. So go ahead and run it through. And it's going to be just like this. And what this is like a tassel angel. So I'm going to pull it really tight. And then I'm going to knot it twice. So once and twice. All right, so this right here at the top is going to be her head. So you see how you would just gather it like this? And make sure you gather it and it's nice and tight. Okay, and then you're going to get another piece of yarn. about the same length. And this time you're going to go down so far that it would be for her head. And I have the piece laying out here. I'm gonna lay it right on there. And then I'm going to just go ahead and tie it again. So now you're gonna have that. And then I will knot it. And I'll knot it a couple times so it stays nice and secure. Okay, so now that's what you have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to go ahead and cut all these end pieces off. So just take a little bit at a time, run your scissors through here, like that, and just cut those ends. And make sure you're all the way to the end when you trim them. And if you leave some behind, it's okay, because you can go back in and you can still trim off the loops. So you see what I have there? Just taking them all the way down. And if you need to shape up at the bottom, you can shape it up, so don't worry about that. All right, I think I have them all trimmed here. All right, so I'll trim later when we get done. All right, so what we'll do now is you'll want to take so much on each side. And, you know, you could count it or you could eyeball it and just make sure that you have so much on each side, because it's my arms here. And then there's the bottom part of the angel. And I'm just going to lay it out like this. And I am going to take my small piece of yarn here. And I'm going to go up a good little ways, because I am going to trim the rest of this off. So I'm going to go, I would say about 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to secure it, and I'll show you what that looks like, with the piece of yarn. So see how much there? I went out like that far. So now what I will do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim back about another 1/2 inch. All right, so now that's what her arms look like. You see that there? And then I will do the same thing on this other side. I'm going to try to get this as even as possible. Making sure this is about the same. Okay. I'll take my other little piece here. Go back about 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to tie it really good. Okay, so now that's what you have left there now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna trim back about another 1/2 inch. And then there's her arms there. And those will just lay down to the side. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and we're going to make the wings we're going to make the wings now with some ribbon. So about the same thing as what we did with the other project. I am going to figure out how much I want for the wings. And I'm going to cut it off. So the same concept again, like we just did. Make sure that they're even on each of the sides. Okay, so now that we have this together, I'm going to go ahead and take my another half of a pipe cleaner. I'm going to secure it right around there and twist. And then I will lay this down. I have my piece here that will be used for the hanger. If you're not hanging this, you don't have to worry about this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue that piece there in the back. So again, it looks like that. And then I'm going to secure my bow. Let me make sure this bow is fluffed out here. I'll lay that right on top. Okay, and that's where we have there. Okay, so that's what she looks like there. I think she just looks so cute. And I just went ahead and I glued all this in the back, and I do have a couple pieces of the pipe cleaner laying down there in the back, and that's okay. It can be trimmed, but I'm going to go ahead and trim the bottom of her dress. So I'm going to even that up real quick here, and then I'll show you what both of these will look like. I just want it to be nice and even. And I think this would be a great gift idea to give someone that may love angels, or like I said, you could hang it on your Christmas tree. All that over there. Okay, so that's now what she looks like. So oops, I see another strand here. I wanted to pop in here real quick. I'm editing this video, and as I'm editing, I noticed that the yarn angel, that there was one part that I accidentally left out. And what I left out was the cinching of the waist with an additional piece of yarn. And I will insert a picture of it as well, so you have an idea of what it looks like. But I noticed that one part there, and I just wanted to include it. So after this, I'll go ahead and add the photo of what it looks like completed with it cinched at the waist as well, and then I will move on to the rest of the video. I'm happy with both of these. I think that they are real pretty, and I think that they will be real pretty on a Christmas tree. If you wanted to have several of them on a tree, I think that they would look real pretty on there. Like I said, if you decorate with angels, or if you know someone that does decorate with angels, I think this will be a nice little quick and easy project, and real budget friendly. It's not going to cost a lot of money to make these. So, all right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you're interested, please hit that subscribe button as well, along with that notification bell, so you don't miss an upload. So I just want to say thanks for watching. Bye.